I was introduced to video games pretty early in my life, but when I really started playing video games, I was about 10 years old, something like that, and I was playing Call of Duty in a cyber cafe. When I grew up from it, I stopped going there, the cyber cafe closed, and I learned to play it on console. And the Esports on Call of Duty was on console mostly at that time. And quickly, I found a bigger dimension of those competitions that I didn't realize was so accessible, and that's how I fell in love with that world. When Siege was announced, all those people were just waiting for it since years. They were so excited. The amount of possibilities, the depth of the strategy on this game, I fell in love right away. And then quickly, I got closer with the players from Vitality at that time. So I was basically the substitute in Vitality for my first year. Beginning of 2017, I officially signed with Vitality. I became main player. That's when it got a bit more complicated. So a lot of people being like, oh, she's on the Vitality just because she's a woman. You do an official game, you're like, okay, I'm pretty happy about what I showed during this game. You go watch the VOD on Twitch and you see the chat, and the chat is roasting you like crazy. And it's not just, oh, they played poorly, it's personal stuff. And then you're like, okay, it's a lot. It starts to be a lot. And at that time, we didn't have any coaching staff or managers or anything, so you're by yourself.
If I want to solo queue, I can't even do that because of the toxicity of others.
If I ever play solo or anything like that, I make it a point to not use voice comms and only use text chat.
Dès qu'il y a une erreur qui est faite, la faute retombe immédiatement sur nous parce qu'on est des femmes en fait.
Feeling like all the men are watching you and you're responsible for upholding all the women in the game, it's a lot of pressure in just one little game.
There needs to be a signal sent that it doesn't matter what gender you identify as. There is space for you here.
The more that we have women in these roles and showing up and being great leaders, the more women are going to be involved in the esports community.
We want to make sure that everybody feels comfortable and can have fun in a game like Siege. And we're not there yet. And we have a long way to go, but it will get better.
At that point, I wanted to just take a break. I even had told people, I was like, I'm still here, I'm gonna help the current team, but I need a couple of months to breathe and build a shell. I needed time to process all of that and decide how I wanted to live with it, you know?
I feel like for her, it's less about her being a woman or about her being a symbol for women in esports. I think she just really wants the competition to be good, and she wants to teach her guys to be good at Siege, and she wants to win.
The months go by. As an analyst, I'm going to the R6 Invitational with Vitality with the team they have at that time. And during the event, I was looking around and I was realizing okay, yeah, they really can have an impact on the results of your team. And I started to have ideas, and I wanted to work on these ideas. And I'm thinking, I feel like strategically speaking, I'm more advanced than I am mechanically speaking. So I'm like, I don't even have to think about it. It's just the decision is taken for me, I need to become a staff. And the main switch was, I want to coach.
She's been so consistent in her team's standings and her team's performance throughout the years, and also been such a focal point for Wolves management. There's not many coaches who can achieve that, and it's just phenomenal.
I'm trying my best to monitor everybody, to give them space to express themselves, but also to guide them into how they should express themselves. Communication is key, either it's in-game, on the server, or outside of the server. It's so important. It's dialogue is the main key if you want to be able to work together. You need that complementary in your team. You need to have people that can match together and can complete each other.
She has always struck me as a fearsome competitor and a fearless leader who doesn't back down. Whether it's the way that she talks to her teammates, whether it's the way that she talks to her players, whether her support staff, whether it's the way that she talks to us behind the scenes, she always speaks from the heart, and she speaks so strongly, and that's a very admirable quality.
Elle est très stratégique. Et elle a une vision, je pense, autre, et elle perçoit très bien les choses.
She's amazing at the work that she does. It just shows that more and more we can have women leading the charge in a lot of important areas. To me, that's the ultimate future that we have on Siege.
I don't think that I'm the best coach I can be right now, but I'm working every single day to become the best coach that can exist, yes.